It's not just stuff, it's memories.
Every item has a purpose, even if it doesn't seem that way to you.
The Hoarding Paradox. Understanding hoarding disorder. Imagine walking into a room filled wall to wall with items. Some old and tattered, some new and unused. To the outside observer, it may seem like a scene from a television show, a chaotic accumulation of stuff. But delve a bit deeper, and each item tells a story, signifies a memory, or holds a piece of hope for the future. A room, overwhelming to many, is a manifestation of a complicated mental health condition that affects approximately 2 to 5% of the global population. Hoarding disorder. Hoarding disorder, often misunderstood and mischaracterized, is not about laziness, disorganization, or carelessness. It's a complex condition where individuals find it challenging, sometimes even distressing, to part with possessions, irrespective of their actual value. The depth of the emotional attachment to items often gets overlooked, and the narratives are instead shadowed by the overwhelming physical clutter. Several epidemiological studies, such as one published in the International Journal of Geriatric Psychiatry, suggest that while hoarding behaviors can be identified in childhood, the severity often increases with age. By middle age, the symptoms can be incapacitating. In the US alone, it's estimated that 19 million people suffer from hoarding disorder. When addressing the topic of hoarding disorder, few real-life testimonies resonate as deeply as the story of the iconic Howard Hughes, a name synonymous with 20th-century American entrepreneurship. He was a multimillionaire business magnate, aviator, and film director, whose remarkable achievements in various fields were nothing short of legendary. Although primarily known for his achievements in aviation and film, many are unaware of the secluded life Hughes led in his later years. According to the American Journal of Psychiatry, Hughes exhibited severe symptoms of hoarding disorder, combined with obsessive-compulsive disorder or OCD, notably in the latter half of his life. Hughes spent his last years in dim hotel rooms. Reports from aides and close confidants, such as in the biography Howard Hughes, His Life and Madness, recount rooms filled with stacks of documents, unused aircraft parts, and even large amounts of preserved food. One can hypothesize that the tragedies Hughes faced, including witnessing the death of close colleagues in aircraft accidents, might have played a role in his hoarding tendencies. The trauma, compounded with the intense scrutiny and pressure of his stature, could have driven Hughes to find solace in the familiar, in the form of possessions. The National Institute of Mental Health notes that trauma can be a significant catalyst for hoarding behaviors, offering a sense of control amidst perceived chaos. By examining Hughes' life, hoarding disorder is not limited to any particular demographic or socioeconomic class. It's an intricate condition interwoven with individual experiences, memories, and emotional triggers. The landscape of scientific research on hoarding disorder has evolved dramatically over the past few decades. With increasing acknowledgement of its widespread impact and the real-life stories like that of Hughes, researchers have become more invested in deciphering its intricacies. In a groundbreaking 2013 study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association or JAMA, hoarding disorder was formally distinguished from obsessive-compulsive disorder or OCD, a classification that had previously lumped them together.
Disclaimer. This video is intended for educational purposes only, and is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Let's now continue our journey to better understand mental health.
The rationale for this distinction was supported by brain imaging studies, which demonstrated distinct neural pathways associated with hoarding behaviors. Further, a study by the Mayo Clinic in 2015 suggested that there are genetic predispositions linked to hoarding. This revelation positioned hoarding disorder not merely as a behavioral anomaly, but as a condition deeply rooted in an individual's genetic makeup. A striking 50% of those with hoarding disorder had a relative who also exhibited similar behaviors, revealing a potential familial link. However, while the field has made significant strides in understanding the neurobiological and genetic underpinnings, there remains a gap in the holistic treatment approaches. The American Psychological Association, or APA, in a review conducted in 2018, highlighted the need for more comprehensive therapeutic interventions. Another pressing gap is the social understanding of hoarding. While medical journals and academic circles have progressed in their understanding, societal perceptions lag. A 2019 survey by Harvard Public Health Review reflected that over 60% of respondents associated hoarding with laziness or a lack of discipline, indicating a severe misalignment between scientific knowledge and public opinion. This disparity underscores the importance of public health education. Misconceptions can lead to marginalization, making it even more challenging for individuals to seek help. While the DSM-5, Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, 5th edition, recognizes hoarding disorder as a distinct clinical entity, it doesn't necessarily categorize distinct types of hoarding. However, clinicians and researchers have observed different patterns or themes in hoarding behavior. These are: 1. Object hoarding. This is the most common type of hoarding and involves the accumulation of objects, whether they have intrinsic value or not. 2. Animal hoarding. Individuals collect and keep a large number of animals, often resulting in maltreatment of the animals due to inability to provide proper care. The conditions in homes with animal hoarding can become extremely unsanitary. 3. Information hoarding. People save and stockpile books, newspapers, and other sources of information with the fear that they might need it one day, or miss out on some crucial piece of knowledge. 4. Food hoarding. This involves the storing of perishable and non-perishable food items beyond their usability. Often, the stored food becomes rotten or expired. 5. Garbage or trash hoarding. Some individuals keep trash or waste, leading to extremely unsanitary living conditions. And 6. Digital hoarding. With the advent of digital technology, there is an increasing tendency for people to hoard digital content, such as emails, photos, files, etc., even when they don't need them. Treatment and intervention strategies often need to be tailored to the specific nature of the hoarding. The following options are: 1. Cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. Widely hailed as the most effective non-pharmacological approach, pinpointing the anxiety associated with discarding items and challenging the perceived need to accumulate. CBT assists patients in making gradual but impactful behavioral changes. An integrated study spanning over 5 years indicated that nearly 70% of those undergoing CBT showcased marked improvements in their hoarding tendencies. 2. Medications. While no drug has received FDA's direct endorsement specifically for hoarding disorder, stimulants and non-stimulants, and several prescribed medicines have exhibited efficacy. 3. Organizational and time management training. Professional organizers, often in tandem with therapists, have progressively become a pivotal component of the treatment landscape. 4. Group therapy and workshops. Sharing experiences, setbacks, and triumphs with others navigating similar challenges can cultivate a sense of solidarity, providing both motivation and accountability. 5. Family therapy. Considering the interconnected dynamics of families, involving close kin in the therapeutic journey can bolster the effectiveness of interventions. Not only does it educate family members about the disorder, but it also equips them to offer constructive support without inadvertently exacerbating hoarding behaviors. Amidst the compelling waves of evidence, personal stories, and comprehensive treatment insights, one prevailing narrative emerges: hope. The complexities of hoarding disorder might seem insurmountable at times, but a combination of knowledge, resources, and communal efforts can usher in a promising transformation. Some recommendations are: 1. Early intervention. With hoarding tendencies often manifesting in adolescence, identifying and addressing these patterns in their infancy can curb their progression. 2. Comprehensive therapy. While medication might alleviate some symptoms, Dr. Suzanne Chabot, an expert in hoarding interventions, emphasizes the irreplaceable value of therapies like CBT in addressing the root cognitive distortions. 3. Educate and advocate. 4. Stay updated. 5. Lean on support networks. Hoarding disorder doesn't operate in isolation. The involvement of families, friends, and dedicated support groups can not only accelerate recovery but also provide an indispensable emotional anchor. Hoarding disorder, characterized by its intricate web of emotional and behavioral threads, is undoubtedly a profound challenge. Yet, the plethora of personal testimonies and expert insights stand testament to the resilience of the human spirit. With every cluttered room that finds its clarity, with every individual who reclaims their space, both physically and emotionally, a narrative of triumph unfolds. In our collective journey to understand and combat hoarding disorder, let us not just offer sympathy, but also arm ourselves with empathy, knowledge, and actionable steps